This is Project 3 from the Arduino Project Handbook, Volume 1 by Mark Geddes. In this project, you will create an LED bar graph that you can control with a potentiometer. The bar graph is a series of LEDs in a line, similar to what you might see on an audio display. It's controlled by an analog input, which you can think of as a dimmer switch, but it could be anything else that puts out a varying analog signal, like a microphone, for example. When you turn the potentiometer one way, the LEDs light up one at a time in sequence until they're all on. When you turn it the other way, they turn off in sequence. With a little work and imagination, if you add lots more LEDs, an Arduino Mega with more I/O pins and maybe a larger breadboard, it's possible to build other interesting animated light displays. We're building it today on a Workbench project development kit from PhaseDoc. You can learn more about the Workbench PDK at phasedoc.com. An Arduino Uno controls the project, and all the lights and the potentiometer are mounted on the breadboard. This video is intended to supplement the Arduino Project Handbook, not replace it. So unless we note changes or additions, you can assume that you should follow the handbook instructions carefully. Okay, let's get started. Assemble the Arduino and the breadboard on the workbench. We recommend placing the Arduino in the middle with the digital sensor pins closest to the breadboard for convenience. If you do decide to use the battery, you can always place it on the workbench base on the opposite side from the breadboard. Wire the power and ground from the Arduino to the breadboard. Plug the potentiometer into the breadboard facing out. Then wire the power, ground, and signal wires. Leave the potentiometer in the closed position, which is fully counterclockwise. Arrange the LEDs in a row, then add the resistors as shown in the project handbook. So here's something to think about. The tighter you space the LEDs together, the more challenging it can be to insert the resistors and eventually the controlling wires. So just think about it. If you are not very experienced, you might want to leave a little more space between the LEDs. Now wire the negative to negative ground wire as shown in the project handbook. In this step, you install the LED control wires from the breadboard to the Arduino. This is the part with the most wiring, and it's a little bit fiddly, so take your time to make sure everything is correct. The next step is to upload the code to the Arduino. Then you can power it from your computer, or you can do what we've done here and plug it into a battery. Test it by rotating the potentiometer. It works great. Now go ahead and take your project and show it to your friends and family.